Hello everyone and um happy new year. It's 2026 now and well um honestly um unlike every year where I'm filled with a lot of energy for the upcoming year and I make a lot of, let's say, plans to study and do all this and that, and generally I'm like very excited, like last year this time we had constitution and we even had a constitution exam, like I think like it was a 20 marks test or something, and syllabus was so short. So I remember reading the two judgments that were like normally for all of exams. From that then on, what I did is that I read the summaries and then I just went. But for this exam, I like, because of the first exam I was so energetic that I read two whole judgments even before the day before the exam. And well, yeah, and honestly, um, I do not have that kind of energy now. And I mean, I did reach college like 2 days ago, and it took me like, normally it takes me like the entire night to just arrange everything, because I just have to take things out of my cupboard, put my bedding, put my things, and it's done, right? So it always takes like one night for me, except when I actually moved in. So my things here, so my things were like not coming together all together. It was like part. Uh, but then I do it always. But then this time it took me like 2 days. I could not finish it on the first half. Maybe because I was very tired. I had a very long journey. Uh, and I mean, I was leaving home after staying for like 2.5 months. So yeah, I was tired emotionally too. I was tired physically. Because I left home in the morning and I reached my college. Like, if we see the entire duration, it was something like, I think, um, 15 16 hours out of 15 16 hours of just getting out, because the flights had a lot of delays and stuff. So yeah, I was tired and I did my stuff, and I did not have dinner that day, because by the time I came, the mess was closed. I did not want to go and buy food and eat and all those stuff. And I was not even that hungry. So I mean, yeah, uh, this past few weeks I have been feeling like this weakness. I think I'm mentally exhausted, because I attended 2 days of classes, and I could not, like, how do I say, like, focus much, because the semester, the things got a bit serious. I mean, technically, seriously, they have to, because we're just progressing each year more, right? But it's like, let's say, one class of family law. We have family law. So the teacher, he'll just go on saying, and you have to write everything, because I mean, unless you want to study from a commentary, which I want to avoid because I don't have that much of a time, technically speaking. I mean, I do have time, but I want to spend it doing other stuff, like doing other things, and not just getting stuck studying one thing again and again and rectifying it. All right, I want to understand it, that, and basically this, and then we have transfer of property law. For what happens then is that there is that the teacher is really nice, but you cannot miss his classes, and you cannot be late to his classes. Like family law, if you're late, you won't get attendance. Topa, if you're late, you won't get attendance. And what else is there? We have uh, political theory and comparative world history. Both of the teachers are comparatively cooler because they are like from the young generation, and I mean, it's nice, but the subjects are not. I mean, I won't say that subjects are not nice. It's just that that's how they are. Like for political theory, we have a lot of names. We have a lot of theorists. Like a lot. Everyone has a theory. Everyone has a name, and you have to study them. And then you have to, like, like Marxism has schools, different, many schools, types of Marxism. Not Marxism. So sorry, my bad. Socialism has so many schools. Capitalism has so many schools. I mean, so many types. And then comparative world history, oh, well, a lot of dates. That's what scares me. Like, history does not scare me. I like history. Okay, it's like a story, and if I get into it, I get into it. The only problem I have is the dates, because these are very I mean, I'm good with numbers, okay? I'm good with remembering numbers. But then everyone has a different date. They're like, okay, fine, they're born here, then they became a king in the state, blah, blah, blah. Right? So, a lot of dates. And for some sudden, two more, we have public international law. And our entire study material is, let's say, the UN Charter, the UN website, and everything. Right? And then we have, um, what else do we have? Aha, we have BNSS, which is like procedural law. I like it because I like it because that's the only teacher we have from the last semester. Everyone else is new, and uh, from this point forth, everyone else is going to be new. They are not going to teach you for us for 2 semesters like it happened with the past set of teachers, right? And putting that aside, the thing which has been troubling me a lot. I mean, not troubling me, but it's just basically shows me ground reality. Shows me ground reality. Uh, is that how do I say it? Okay, I'll deal with that later. I just had a thought coming in my mind. So what happened is that in semester two, I went for checking my constitution paper and I saw that there was a calculation error. So I showed it to sir and sir recalculated it and he wrote it in a piece of paper, right? That's it. And usually what happened, like, because in first semester I could not attend give the moot competition, and I did not have the grade for it. So in second semester I gave it and that grade was counted as my first semester grade. What happened is that was updated with my second semester results, right? So I assumed, like, I did this mistake. I assumed, if no one should assume, I assumed that uh, it will be same like with this time, like along with the third semester results. It was not, the mark was not increased, and I did email them when I was home, but then they were like, oh, you have to come physically. And the thing is that after coming here I have been so tired, like, and then I have a lot of things piling up, like I have to get my laptop repaired, I have to get some deal you know necessary stuff. I have to receive my deliveries, and if I do not collect them at the time, they just go back to the source, right? And it's not like anyone collects them for us. If it's at a certain time, they do store it at the reception, but after it, uh, they have to call and give it to you else, right? So I mean, yeah, that. Though I don't know, it's a lot. Yeah, it's very. How do I say it? It's been weighing me down. If I want to go through the entire process just for 1 marks, I mean, it's never just 1 marks, and it's not like it's a reval 1 mark. Oh, from reval, I just remembered that all of my friends, they all decided to fill the form for reval of our DNS paper, because like the seniors do recommend it, everyone recommends it, do it. Your mark will increase by 3 4 minimum, right? And I I don't think I've checked the date, last date. I hope it has not crossed, and I need to talk with the parents before giving it for eval, right? Coming back to the constitution thing, it's not even reval. It was a calculation error. I deserve the 1 mark extra, and it's not like it's gonna change my percentage drastically or change my grade. But I'll always have this regret of not fighting. So because like I remember in class 7, like our class teacher was basically the same for class 6 and class 7. So what happened is that class 6 in geography, when I saw my report card for the final exam, it was 89 and I put it for reval. Not reval, I mean, like I was like, you could request, you do not have to pay that because it's like not university exam or board exams. But I did give her an application because she was like, if you are not satisfied, then you can just ask me. I'll receive it, then I'll just show you a paper. And then when she went to search for a paper and stuff, like a few days later, she came and told me that my marks are actually 98 and not 89. And she corrected it in her diary, or maybe she did not, I do not remember it. And then she told me to bring my report card so that she can change it, right? And I got it to her at the end of class 7, like after 1 year. When she was clearing out her cupboard, she found my report card and she came and asked me what my was my marks were. I'll write it. Literally, I think if I had said 100, she would have written it. Or maybe not, I don't know. But I got 98, and suddenly, when she asked me, I was standing next to her. I was really ashamed to say I got 98 proudly. I could not say 98, I was like 98. And it sounded like 90 to her. So she wrote 90 in the report card. And then, because report card was something of a thick bound paper, and you know, they face a lot of trouble changing it because they had to, like, scratch out the paper and then write it. It was a colored report card. I did not change it later, but I always did have this thing in my mind that I deserved it, but I did not fight for it. I mean, no one even sees those grades anymore, but you know, and then I feel like you would not fight for it now. Like for me now, it's very trivial, but I feel growing up, I feel that could have changed by future. Who knows that, right? So I'll go. I think I need to start writing things down because I keep on forgetting a lot of stuff, right? And I have to start studying. I have to read the case our teachers told us because they'll be discussing it and asking questions. There's a lot of things like I have to actually be interactive in some classes because they mark you based on that, and it's not like they'll be teaching us for 1 year that they'll remember my face and they'll remember my hard work, my sincerity. I mean, they will obviously, but not when they will take the interns, right? So I need to interact. I need to make a good impression for myself. And well, the thing which has been weighing me down the most. So what happens that in the third year, mid of third year actually, because now I'm knowing, people get their batch ranks. Batch ranks are determined based on whatever you score in your first and your second year, right? And based on your batch rank, college gives you internship, like sends you for internship. So you know, did not give it to all. Give it to the top 10 people. I mean, I did know it, all right, but I did not put that much of an effort once and three. Like I did put effort, okay, but I did not, how do I say, devote all my time to studying. I did a lot of other stuff. I did extracurricular. I did my gym. I made new friends. I attended events. I attended conferences and stuff. I still volunteer, but I did not throw myself into studies as I did in second sem. I studied Vokesh and I got a GPA of 7 out of 8. Uh, that's surprisingly very average, by the way. It's not even above average because people have scored 7.6. That is like a huge thing. I mean, I know it's not calculated based on GPA, it's calculated based on percentage. But then, in a point difference, not even 1% difference, point one difference, there'll be a lot of people. And I know this for a fact that my batch rank is not within 10. I know this like till now. So basically, I have like 1 semester to prove it, 1 semester to make any change, and 1 semester to cross a wide gap because my first semester did not go well because I arrived after the middle of the semester. Like I was really late. Like there was only 1 month to the exams, and that 1 month was used up in submitting all my projects. My grandfather passed away during that time. It was not a great time for me. So I mean, I do not have good marks for that, right? So I feel that that puts me at a disadvantage. Uh, and others, even if I've scored like fair, like not really good, but like fair, that has put me back a little bit. But I do not regret my semester one. I do not regret any of these things. It's just reality. I mean, because no one really cares what circumstances you were under. Like no one will ever ask me that why did you get this much of mark, right? Because it's different. I've learned to compartmentalize stuff. I'm trying to at least. But I mean, but technically in the real world, they value your skills more. So even if I do not get an internship through college, if I work hard on myself and I apply, I mean, I'm not saying I'll get it at once, but then I might get the chance to work with them in fourth year with, like, big firms or wherever, and I might get the chance to get a PPO. I want a PPO because PPO is based on how hard you work, right? They see your work skills and they go like, oh, do you want to join us after you graduate? And T0, like, they do the placements in fifth year, but it's basically like your batch rank comes into play, like for the interviews. Then you have to be thorough with your CV. You'll give a proper interview and stuff. So I mean, but for BPO, I have to work hard a lot. I have to make an impression again. Things boil down to making an impression, which is true because as a lawyer, you need to make an impression before a judge. Otherwise, else how will the judge, take interest in your case and actually, put time, put his mind to solve the matter, right? The world revolves around making impressions. And well, it's just hard making impressions when you're not at your comfort zone, I'll say. But I'll learn to. I have to write. Um, yeah, so I need to start writing things down. And I need to start studying because today I did not do anything except washing my clothes, cleaning a little because I have already cleaned most of it, and that's it. Like, nothing else. There's a conference going on. I did go yesterday. Today I did not. Tomorrow I will because tomorrow I have the duty of typing. I have to type out the speeches when the speaker speaks. Let's see. All the rest to me.